Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Swansea career on FIFA 14 Next Gen. Got some bad news. Joel Matip, my new signing from the January transfer window, has suffered a sprained knee and is going to be out for 4 weeks. Why does this happen to me? We need Joel Matip in the starting 11. All we've got now to rely on is Gary Monk. And just take a look at our injury list. Matip, Bonnie, Ashley Williams, they're all going to be out for the likes of 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months. I just can't do it. How is Swansea going to manage to battle through this? Picking up good results. We've got to play the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, City. It's going to be so difficult because, if you ask me, those 3 players are main key players for this Swansea side in trying to succeed. Matip, new signing, just come in and he's already picked up an injury. It is going to be out for a whole month. So unfortunate. But we're just going to have to battle through it, guys. We are going to have to do it. And it's going to be interesting to see how we can weather this storm of unfortunateness, if that is even a word. But we've also got the Europa League as well, the next round of that to worry about, and we've got the likes of Matip. Oh, they're all out. It's so deflating. But the next round of the Europa League was to be played against Spartak Moscow, and as you'll see, my starting 11, I did have to go with Gary Monk here. A lot of my players as well, they're really low on fitness and they're not ready for this game. We need like a week or 2 weeks to get the team back to full fitness and then be ready to go again. But there's just no stop at the moment because the season is coming to an end, and the longer that we stay in these competitions, the harder it's going to be to put in decent performances, to pick up those results, to even win the trophies that we need to win for picking up a decent budget for next season for the transfer window. I do dread to think what it'll be like if we don't win anything this season. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but let me know in the comment section below, guys, if you've done a Swansea career on FIFA 14 and you've done it for maybe 2 or 3 seasons. What happens in the first season if you haven't won anything? Maybe you have, I'm not too sure. Do you get a decent budget, or is it the same as when you first start your Swansea career? Let me know in the comment section below. It'd be interesting to know, actually. If it is the same, then I'll probably just have to try and loan in players again and see what we can do. Maybe just spend all our budget on one decent player. We'll just have to see what happens. And of course, the main thing to do is stay positive, because as soon as we start falling into that trap of feeling negative, then we're going to start picking up those negative results. It always happens, even in real life. It has an effect on morale. Anyway, this game against Spartak Moscow, McGeady with a perfect cracking shot, cracking chance on goal with that half volley, but Vorm gobbling at the ball, keeping the game at 0-0. I definitely wanted to at least score a goal. We couldn't afford for them to get an away goal in this one, as we still got to play them away. So we was kind of at a disadvantage. With just 10 minutes remaining of this game, we had to push as hard as possible. Wilfried Zaha, loanee from Manchester United, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, went for the finesse shot, took it on his right foot. Why couldn't you just took it on your left foot? You can play on both the left and the right. You do training every day. Ah, so unfortunate. We could have been 1-0 up against Spartak Moscow, but there is still time remaining. Romeo, another loanee from another team, Valencia, giving that ball to Zaha. We got a free kick here. About 30 yards out, 31 yards. There we go, 31 yards out. Romeo, who could I possibly have to step up and take this? We got Routledge, we got Shelby, Kanyas, got Zaha. I decided to just stick with Oriol Romeo. 31 yards out. Could he smash this one? Oh, so close. So close to picking out that bottom corner. Keeper got a hand to it. Game ends 0-0. I'm kind of happy with that, actually, because we can now take that one into the second leg. Yes, it's going to be a difficult test, but I think we could come out on top. And that, of course, guys, is our next fixture. We are playing away against Spartak Moscow. You're probably wondering, well, how does that happen? We didn't have any games to play on the weekend in the Premier League, which I was kind of surprised at, considering that we haven't really had much of a rest and players have been looking a bit fatigued. But even so, I still had to rotate the team just a little bit. So in came Leon Britton, Kanyas, Also Tancock as well to replace Gary Monk. I know, he's still looking tired after a week. He's getting old now. He's something like 35. So obviously his stats are going to decrease, and he's just not going to be the player that he once was, that really strong centre-back. But look at this as well, Lamar. In real life, I think he's kind of a selfish player, Lamar. He doesn't really want to be playing for the team. He wants to be playing for himself. But in this game, he swung in the ball, picking out Alvaro Vasquez, and he got ahead to that, putting that past the keeper. 1-0 up, and 1-0 up on aggregate away from home. I was happy. I was happy to this point that we could go on and get through to the next round of the Europa League. Straight across the front, a goal there as well, that header. Very powerful stuff. And Alvaro will be pleased with that, because that's his debut goal in the Europa League. I did expect a response from Spartak Moscow, but we managed to put an end to it nice and quickly. We managed to snuff it out. But Nathan Dyer here, as you can see, the ball fell to the feet of Alvaro. I was expecting Dyer to be running on for that ball, but he went to ground. I thought maybe he picked up an injury, but no, he managed to get back to his feet. So fair play. The ball fell to the feet of Glushakov, and 31 yards out, had a crack on goal. Thankfully, Vorm got a hand to that, went the right way. Otherwise, that probably would have been something like goal of the season for Spartak Moscow, and they would have found themselves back in this game as well. Nathan Dyer is storming down that left wing for Swansea. Such a small chap, but such strength as he continues to hold on to the ball. But his lone attack was put to an end there by the likes of Taxi for Spartak Moscow. Taxi for Taxi. Costa again, I don't know what it was with Spartak Moscow. They like firing the ball way outside the box, 30, 25 yards out. Thankfully it did go over, and just look at how they play as well. They are a natural team. They know how to work with each other. Thankfully Neil Taylor came in and cleared that one. Final score, 1-0 to Swansea, 1-0 on aggregate, and you know what that means. We're going through to the next round of the Europa League. Just managing to knock Spartak Moscow out. Thanks for the challenge, lads. It was a decent game, well played, but we're through to the next round. I'm so happy to actually be saying that. But as I said earlier in this video, it's going to be harder as the season comes to an end, with players becoming fatigued and just fixture congestion basically. Look at this as well after that game. This is the first time it's happened to me on FIFA. I've received an offer from a club team, Fiorentina. I did reject that, as well as the France offer as well. I wanted to just concentrate on Swansea. Just take a look at the first week of March. We've got to play Crystal Palace at home. Then a day later, or 2 days later I should say, we've got the replay of the FA Cup against Chelsea. And then on the weekend, on the Saturday, we've got Arsenal. And then the week after, in the next round, we're playing Frankfurt in the Europa League. That first leg is to be played away, so we kind of got the small advantage there. And then, of course, we play them at home in the second leg. And to end March, we play West Bromwich Albion at home. Just look at that as well. Tuesday, then 2 days later, on the Thursday, we're playing Everton. And then it's crazy. Fixture congestion all over the place. And I'm sure there's going to be a few games rescheduled there as well, if we can get through to the next round of the FA Cup and even the Europa League. But our last game of this video, guys, is to be played against Crystal Palace. You guessed it, as you've just seen on the fixture list. And for this one, we saw the likes of Pablo Hernandez, Jonjo Shelvey, and also Jonathan de Guzman coming back for Swansea. So that was kind of a lift in morale for the team to go on and get those 3 points. We desperately need them, because we've been slipping recently in the Premier League. And I just want to start catching up now with Arsenal, who find themselves 5th and something like 6 points above us. Look at Michu as well, totally unchallenged by Mariappa, takes a shot, goalkeeper just manages to save that. It was a shame Michu wasn't fast enough to run into the box and pick up the loose ball and tap that one into the back of the net. So unfortunate. No sweat though, there was still plenty of time remaining of this game. It's still early on, we hadn't even played 10 minutes yet. But I love pressing teams on this game. You know, when you can set the setting to team pressing and then setting it to attacking or ultra attacking. It's brilliant to see them sweating under your pressure. And Michu with a nice little back pass, finding de Guzman. De Guzman with a through ball looking for Michu. He just wasn't fast enough, or maybe he was being held onto there. Maybe a bit of shirt tugging shouldn't be allowed. Should have been a penalty. Well, no, nah, it shouldn't have been a penalty, but the thing is with Michu, he is a bit of a slow player. He's a goal poacher. Kind of reminds me of Ruud van Nistelrooy in a way. Yes, Crystal Palace, they opened up scoring half an hour into the game. I was so gutted when that went in. I was speechless, and I was like, well, I've got to take a look at the replay. What happened there? Because it didn't look like it came off the head of a Palace player. It looked like it was an own goal. And when you look at it again, the ball definitely came off the head of T.N. Darley, my right back. Definitely. That's an own goal. That's probably why Vaughan didn't even go for it. Well, after that goal was conceded, there was nothing else we could do about it. All we had to do was just keep working, and eventually we'll grind Crystal Palace down. I just had that confidence that we could do that against Palace. Again, we're exceeding our expectations. We should be winning against Palace, really, on paper, but it just wasn't to be. We did get a free kick 24 yards out. I gave this one to Pablo Hernandez. Every time he's stood up to take a free kick for me this season so far, he's scored, and he came so close to doing it yet again. So close, but yet so far. The full-time score at the Liberty Stadium saw Swansea drop all 3 points to Crystal Palace. Murray did claim that goal. 1-0 final score, and that, guys, is the end of this video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed.